Today we have none other than beautiful smoke rings, juicy brisket, and amazing burnt ends. Make sure you guys watch this video all the way to the end. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's get started. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Nick, and in today's video, we're going to be smoking this brisket. What I have right here is the full packer brisket. Got the point and the flat. I actually already trimmed all this up earlier today, so you guys aren't going to be able to see that in this video. So this is what it looks like when it's all trimmed up nice. I'm going to go ahead and get this flipped over. There's no easy way to do this. It's just a big hunk of meat. We're going to start off with this, and this is a huge cut of meat, so you have to season literally. Start off up high. Got to get your sides. So I am going to kind of go ahead and just rub this a little bit. So I got some spots that are kind of uneven. So now I'm going to take this black pepper, and I'm going to apply pretty liberally on here with this too. I'm going to pat that on there. Get these sides. And that's it. We're just going to let this sit here for about a good 15 minutes. I'm going to set a timer. I already went and preheated my smoker. The smoker I'm going to be using today is the Pit Boss Austin XL. It's like 1,100 square inches. It's an electric smoker, and the pellets I'm going to be using today are oak. I think oak is a great flavor for beef. So is pecan. You could also do hickory too, but I just really like what oak does to a brisket. And so yeah, we're going to let this hang out here for 15 minutes, and I'll see you then. Alright, so it's been about 15 minutes. What we're going to do is go ahead now and we're going to flip this over, and we're going to get the other side seasoned. Go ahead and get this underside just a little bit. See, now we're going to be able to build this bark up right down here on this part, and this is really where my money's going to be. I'm going to make some burnt ends out of this at the end. I'll show you guys how to do that. Yeah, this is going to be good. Now, right now, it is about 1 in the morning, and I'm going to put this on, and I'm going to go to sleep. And probably won't need to do anything with this for probably about a good 8 hours, I'd imagine. I don't think I'm going to need to, I don't think I need to do too much with this. Got a nice peppery bite on here. Just going to rub that all around. Alright guys, so that's it. 15 minutes from now, we're going to go ahead and put this on our smoker. It is 1 in the morning right now, so my lighting is going to be absolutely terrible. I'm probably going to turn on my car light so we can get some light on the smoker so you guys can go and see what I got going on out there. What's up guys, we are outside now. It is time to get it on the pit. Right now we are running right up there close to about 200 degrees. So it is a little bit chilly out, so I am expecting that it might be a little difficult for it to consistently stay at 200. If it drops a little bit lower than that, I'm not going to be too upset. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and open it up. We're going to be placing this point in the middle of our smoker. See, I got the point right here in the middle. This is where most of the heat comes. And I got the flat here off to the side. You want to make sure that your point is what's getting wherever the most heat is coming from, because that could go a little bit higher in temperature. It has more fat in the muscles. It's a lot better. Then we're going to put her down, and she's going to stay down for about another 8 hours now, so see you guys later. Alright guys, as you can see, we're about 4 hours into the cook, and our bark is not quite set. But we're going to go ahead and give it a spritz, get this bad boy wet. And that should be about good. We'll come back in a little bit and check it again. It's been about 8 hours since we first put it on. Let it sit at 200 degrees all night. Let's open it up and take a look and see what it looks like. So I'm really happy with how this looks. Let's go ahead, we're gonna pull it off and we're gonna wrap it now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by folding out these edges right here. I'm just gonna take and fold this over. Pull it in, make sure it's still wrapped and tight. Do one last flip. Now it's gonna go just like this back on the smoker. All right, so I just set the smoker at 250 degrees. We're gonna go ahead and stick this about halfway into our flat. Right there's about good. That feels about good right there. All right, we're just gonna close her down. All right, so hit the internal temp that I want. Let's go ahead and take a look. Always want to verify with something else just to make sure. Sometimes I've noticed that my probe runs a little bit higher than this, so I just like to make sure it's in the right spot. So if you'll come and look, I'm gonna go ahead and just poke a hole in the point. That's going in like butter. Yep, this is reading at about 205. It's right where it should be. That read right where I want it to be. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna call this done. Got another piece of butcher paper just to kind of catch any of the juices that spill out of it. I'm just going to wrap it up with my towel. You don't got to be perfect, just get it in there wrapped just like that. We're just going to go ahead and put the lid on it, and that's it. We're going to let this hang out for an hour, 2 hours, pretty much just until I can't take it anymore. So right now we are ready to unwrap this, slice into it. It's been resting for about 90 minutes now. That's about all I could take. So check out this beautiful brisket. It has a great bark on it, great skin. It's burned up really nice. These burn ends are gonna be awesome. So what we're actually gonna go ahead and do here before we cut into the flat, we're just gonna lift this up. You see all this good stuff that we got going on here? We're just gonna go ahead and take and cut. We're just gonna remove this. Set this off to the side here for a second. We're gonna cut that up for burn ends. All right, we got the first slice here coming out. Man, it looks so beautiful. It has that deep smoke that's penetrated through. You can see that great smoke ring. You could also see the meat sweating with every cut. It's just really starting to sweat through. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful brisket. It's a very, very nice, heavy smoke ring. Those oak pellets really do it a lot of magic. You can see it has a great bark on there. It looks absolutely beautiful. If you guys see right here, that thing passes the wiggle test. I mean, that's practically a clapper, like Malcolm Reed would say. Let's go ahead and take here, do the pull test. If you see, just pulls right apart. I mean, this is beautiful, deep smoke ring. Wow. That right there is how you make a winter brisket. And sorry for all the baby noises you hear. My wife is recording me right now. She has a baby in her arm. That's just the stage of life that we're in. He goes everywhere we go, and right now he's awake. He's laughing. So he knows his daddy made a good brisket. Now we're gonna be cutting up our point to make burn ends. Now this piece right here, the true burn ends, this last little piece, look at how beautiful that looks. Such great marbling in here, got a nice smoke ring around it. This is where the money's gonna be at. We're just gonna take these now and we're just gonna cut these up into little cubes. So now that we have these all cubed up, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna toss these into our pan. Just get them all in there. These are really gonna be the best bites out of this brisket. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put these back on the smoker for a little bit. What we're gonna do is we're actually gonna coat them in sauce. We're not gonna get a whole bunch of sauce in there. I just made up a little mixture. It's Sweet Baby Ray's, then apple cider or apple juice, then a little bit of cayenne just for heat. We're just gonna glaze some over this. Just get some in here. This is a good amount. And we're just gonna take these and we're just gonna mix them, toss them in our sauce. Really what you wanna do is you just wanna make sure that all the sides are coated in the sauce, so that way when it glazes and caramelizes on there, everybody's got a little bit of sauce. So these are gonna go back on the smoker for about an hour, 45 minutes. probably just put it at 250 and we'll let it roll. We'll come back then. So now it's time to check out these burn ends. They've been out here for about an hour at 250. Let's check them out. If you don't know anything about burn ends, these are just going to be phenomenal. If you look at how these turned out, they're just such beautiful little pieces right here. If you see how you can't barely see any of the meat, all that barbecue sauce is now caramelized on there. And if you look, there's not really any sauce in the bottom of the pan. That's what you want. If you have a bunch of sauce left at the bottom of your pan, you put way too much on. It's not to give them a bath, it's just to coat them lightly, toss them around. Let's go inside and try it. All right, so let me give you guys a quick little recap of what we did today. First, we started off with our brisket. I trimmed it off video. Then we seasoned it with our Pit Boss beef rub and then our black pepper. Seasoned it up both sides, put them on the smoker at 200, let them hung out for about 8 hours. Then after that 8 hours, we took it off, we wrapped it in butcher paper, stuck it with the probe, put it back on the smoker, turned it up to 250, let it go. It took about another 8 hours on the smoker after it was wrapped. We pulled it off once it was about that 200 range. Then we put it in our cooler, let it rest for about 90 minutes. We separated the point and the flat. We cut the flat up into a bunch of awesome little pieces like this, and then made our burn ends. Put the burn ends on the smoker, and now it's time to try these burn ends. And if you could see, guys, I mean, these just turned out money. These are just beautiful, and I want to find me a piece that has a lot of bark on it. I like how this little guy looks. This guy looks nice and juicy. So if you could see, beautiful little piece of barbecue. It literally just falls apart in your mouth. It is so good. You guys have to do this when you make a brisket. Do that extra step and trim off that point from that flat so you can see some of the inside. You'll get a better bark on there. And if you make a brisket and you don't make burnt ends, I don't know, you're weird. This is the best part of the whole entire brisket. So if you guys have liked this content, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to be doing everything from cooking inside on the stove top, baking in the oven, meal prep, smoking, grilling, everything to deal with food. That's what we're here to do. So be sure to subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.